Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Summerauer. Let's get started with our business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada. Bank on accountability. Records continue to fall in the Las Vegas Valley's housing market. The February median price for a previously owned single-family home rose more than 12% from the same month last year. Eli Siegel tells us more.
Las Vegas's housing market continues to defy logic in many ways and really buck the broader economy, which has just been hit so hard by the pandemic. Home prices hit another record high in February on the resale market, and there's really no indication that the market is slowing down or even about to slow down anytime soon.
Now for more of our top stories, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. Hundreds of employees within the Clark County School District who hope to continue working from home are getting their requests denied. Review-Journal's Jen Ah has more on some teachers' concerns. Jen?
Well, Renee, representatives with the school district say 711 requests to work remotely were denied. That means they're forced to either return to the classroom or burn through their sick days. Earlier this month, Superintendent Jara announced some 3,000 educators reporting for in-person instruction. Some school staff members are concerned about the health risks amid this pandemic.
The teachers union says, reach out to us. We've been able to find solutions for 1,300 other teachers. We'll see what we can do for you. Some of those solutions include additional PPE, plexiglass barriers, or some sort of scheduling change.
For more details, go to lvrj.com. Renee?
A man is lucky to be alive after a box truck flipped on his car on Interstate 15. The Nevada Highway Patrol said the car hit the truck Monday afternoon while changing lanes on southbound I-15 near Sahara Avenue. The driver of the car was taken to University Medical Center and treated for minor cuts and bruises. The driver of the truck was not injured. A Las Vegas judge may get a second chance at a seat on the federal bench. Judge Jennifer Tagliati was nominated by then-President Donald Trump in 2019. She had the backing of both Nevada senators, but her nomination was never brought to the Senate floor for a vote. Now that President Biden asked Democrats to submit candidates, Senator Catherine Cortez Masto said she will pull Tagliati's name forward again. The mystery of a car that disappeared more than 37 years ago has been solved. Dorothy Lemunyon bought a Ford Mustang in 1983 for her daughter, and within 6 weeks it was stolen. A few weeks ago, the family got a letter saying Ashley's Towing in Las Vegas had the car, but the story doesn't end there.
Well, we were hoping to get it out of the impound and maybe fix it up and use it. My daughter's going to be 16 soon, so, thought it would be a nice fun car, but it looks like it was stripped, so we're just gonna leave it. It's not worth it to take it and fix it up.
Former pro wrestler Dan Rodimer is running for Congress again, this time in Texas. Last year he ran for Susie Lee's House seat in Nevada, but now he's one of 23 candidates who have filed for a special election to succeed Congressman Ron Wright, who died last year. Rodimer listed an address in Mansfield, Texas, with his filing papers. According to Politico, he said he was encouraged to run by Senator Ted Cruz and members of the Trump family. Now let's take a look at our local weather, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. After highs in the 70s the last few days, expect cooler temperatures and a chance of rain for part of this week. For your Tuesday, we'll see a high of near 66 degrees with breezy conditions of up to 36 miles per hour, all according to the National Weather Service. For the rest of your week, the forecast calls for a 30% chance of rain Wednesday and a 40% chance Wednesday night. Rain is also possible on Thursday, highs in the upper 50s, lows in the mid to low 40s. Get a reminder every time we update 7 at 7 here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button down below. In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, love your smile again. Some good news on the COVID-19 front. Nevada reported figures that were below the 14-day average. State officials said Monday that there were 203 new cases and 3 additional deaths, and the 2-week positivity rate remains unchanged from the previous day at 6.5%. That rate has been declining since January. In addition, the Nevada Hospital Association reported that hospitalizations in the state due to COVID are continuing to trend down.
Sports, sponsored by Scenic Brewing Company. With your sports update, I'm Leandre Fox. The #1 ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs dominated the St. Mary's Gales 78-55 in the semifinal round of the West Coast Conference basketball tournament Monday night at Orleans Arena. Sophomore forward Drew Timme had a game-high 18 points and 8 rebounds to help propel the undefeated Bulldogs to the tournament title game for a chance at an automatic berth into the NCAA tournament.
You know, the biggest challenge is keep staying focused ourselves, and we've done a good job of that, and Coach does a great job of holding us accountable, especially when you have the opportunity to give games, because just being able to play a game, especially in a time like this, is so precious.
It was a good job by the guys, and so now we advance to another championship game, so we're happy to move on.
With the latest in sports betting, I'm Cassie Soto. Vegas Madness is back as the Pac-12 and Mountain West Conference basketball tournaments tip off on Wednesday. USC is the plus 180 favorite at William Hill to win the Pac-12, followed by Colorado at plus 220 and Oregon at plus 250. San Diego State is the minus 110 favorite to win the Mountain West, followed by Utah State at 3-1 and Colorado State at 4-1. UNR is 15-1 and UNLV is a 60-1 long shot.
In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy Clark County, if you're looking for an excuse to get some fresh air, outdoor columnist Doug Nielsen has some suggestions. He says get out that fishing gear you put away for the winter. Nielsen says the ice is gone at places like Adam McGill and Cold Springs, and the rainbow trout in these waters have been growing all winter. So it's common to catch fish 18 to 20 inches long in the first few weeks after the ice disappears. And one more tip from Nielsen, trout will be the most active in the early morning and late afternoon. In your entertainment news, sponsored by Las Vegas Motor Speedway, we go from catching fish to eating it. The Greek seafood eatery Milos is coming to a restaurant row at the Venetian and Palazzo, complete with a produce market and a place to see Greek yogurt being made. Al Mancini has more.
Milos has always been known for having some of the freshest seafood in Las Vegas, flown in straight from the Mediterranean on your table within like 36 hours of when the fish were swimming around in the Mediterranean. So while this is a very familiar restaurant, there are going to be a lot of new things going on at the new location.
Well, that's all for today's 7 at 7 a.m. I'm Renee Summerhour. Remember to tell your friends that we're bringing you 7 minutes of fresh, nonstop local news at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. weekdays on LVRJ.com and the RJ mobile app. You can also find us on Roku, Facebook, and so much more. We hope you'll join us again this evening for 7 at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining us.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.